What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish and Nichols YouTube channel. Today we're doing another states question and answer video with...
Oh, somebody's supposed to answer. I guess I will.
Okay.
I'm Chris Collins. I'm from Utah. Yeah.
Jeremy Jallen from Arizona.
Is it just me left?
No, it's two left.
Alright, well, I'll go ahead and say me. I'm Dustin Zimmerman from Indiana.
Okay.
And I am Abe Morales from the Midwest, Illinois, Wisconsin area.
Alright, so we're going to just jump straight into these questions. What state did you participate in last weekend, and what was the meta like?
Squeaky, you gotta call out who needs to talk first. You just control this.
Oh, okay,
Boom.
okay. Alright, so who participated in states last weekend?
I did.
I did.
Alright.
I did.
So, Dustin, go first. What state was you in, and what was the meta like?
I played in Michigan. So Illinois States was the same weekend, so it was not too big of a crowd. It basically pulled Indiana, Ohio, Michigan players, and we actually got a big influx of Canadian players, like all of the Ontario guys, including like Curtis Lyon, who ended up winning, and then Andrew Estrada. So that whole
Spoilers.
gang, right? Right? Yeah, they're there.
I heard some Illinois players went out there too. Like I think a couple of people mentioned some masters that we usually get, and some seniors actually went from Illinois to Michigan.
Yeah, I lost to a
Which was kinda
Pokemon
weird.
who was from Chicago.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. So.
Yeah, it was really dumb. But the meta is that what the question was?
Yeah,
the
the
meta
question
was pretty seismitoad heavy,
Okay.
which I think was the case in a lot of states, but definitely here as well. Finals was 2 different seismitoad variants. There was a Kyogre in the top 4, which is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Courtesy of Kevin Baxter.
Yeah. So, what about you, Jeremy?
I participated in California states, and I went. Yeah, it was not good. Christy Britton ended up winning with Toad,
Mm-hmm.
so now she has 1 million points still.
Yeah.
And there was about 5 to 6 Toad in top 8. All different variants.
Yeah.
And I ended up going with Metric and Polion.
What?
Was it good?
Yeah.
I get it now.
I believe in the deck. I like the deck.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing it doesn't beat is Mega Guardi. And I played the only 2 Mega Guardi rounds 1 and 2.
Are you kidding me? Oh, 2 drop then?
Wow.
No, I was 1-1-2 drop.
Oh,
I played
1-1-2.
2 Mega Guardi and then 2 Yveltal. And
Gross.
Yeah.
the 4th round, the Yveltal showed him game in hand where we're both out with a tie. And he's like, oh, we're tie.
Okay. So, Chris, what about you?
I went to Idaho. It was pretty. I think it was like the smallest state, so it was like only like 61 people. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only got like people from. We got some people from Oregon, Idaho, of course, Utah, and a few Washington, but most of them went up to BC. So those are really small states.
Yeah.
And our meta, I'm looking it up right now, but I'm pretty sure we had like 5-ish Toad variants in the top 8, and
Yeah.
we had two Toad variants in the finals, me versus a Toad Pup, and then we saw a lot of fighting, but it sucked because Toad was everywhere.
Yeah, true. Alright, Abe, what about you?
I played in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
So I was out there. I pretty much what I faced against. I actually faced it was kind of interesting. I faced a lot of eggs. I actually faced like 3 rounds of eggs.
Oh my gosh.
Must be nice.
I actually did 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 wasn't bad. It
Oh,
was good for me.
Yeah.
But
So-
I mean, I still managed to. Even with that, I still ended up 13th. But I saw a couple. I know that in the top 8 we had a couple Toad variants as well. I think Toad is the one that pulled off at the first place, and then we did have Jason pull in with the eggs. He was the last one that got in, and Ross was playing Trevenant, so that was there was a couple of different interesting decks that made it in the top cut. So yeah, overall
Was he?
Yeah, go ahead.
Was Ross playing the Gengar Trevenant that Tyler was playing?
Yep.
Okay.
He was playing Gengar Trevenant, I believe.
Yeah, with Raichu.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the next question is, what are your thoughts on best 2 out of 3? Abe, you can go first. Oh, what's your best 2 out of 3 and IDing? What are your thoughts on them?
Well, actually, I actually pretty much enjoyed this type of structure at least for the most part, because I feel like I always have enough time to, if things don't go well in the game one, I know early on if it's something that's going to work out, that I'll stick with the game. But if it doesn't, then I just move on and just quickly go into the next game, because I feel like I'll give myself enough time to continue on for game 2. That way, if it does lead to a tiebreaker, it'll go into something that's pretty much feel like I'll have a comfortable chance of, depending on what deck I usually play. I mean, right now I'm playing with Landorus, which is everyone else seems to be playing, and it does pretty quickly of a startup. So
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right, Dustin, what do you think? Best idea. What are your thoughts on best 2 out of 3 and IDs?
Best two out of 3, like Swiss, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I long miss for the days when you could actually say that you went undefeated, like during a state championship or a regional championship, which I mean is just a small little minor thing. I have no problem with best 2 out of 3. It solves a lot of issues with just of course getting donked, which had always been a big issue. I mean, you still if you went 6-2 in an 8-round non-best 2 out of 3 tournament, you might make top 16, right?
Yeah.
I checked it. I actually saw some standings from Ohio State's 2012, and there were maybe 4 6-2s that made top 16, and now you can get a 6-2. You can get 1 or 2 6-2s that make top cut, depending on the outcome of the tournament.
Yeah.
And I think that's a more justified and fair record if you're getting the chance to play best 2 out of 3. And I don't much mind the ties. I mean, even though it sucks, sometimes you have to look at it. Sometimes a game just deserves to come down to a tie. It just means you're both equally skilled players with equally good decks. And if you each win one full game, and of course you don't have time for game 3, what do you think is going to happen? Of course it's a tie. You both won one game.
Yeah, true.
That's how the match is supposed to play out. That being said, I could go for 60 minutes instead of 50, but then the tournaments would run long, so I don't know. Best 2 out of 3, it's fine. I like it. I'm a fan.
Okay.
Plus, we've all won the first game or lost the first game and won the next 2. So
yeah, pull out the tie anyway.
And vice versa. And as far as IDs, you'd ask me, I don't care. They're fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
All right. So what about you, Jeremy?
Oh God. Okay, so the way I kind of think about it is, so I've been playing a lot of Magic recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people hate comparing Magic to Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh to Pokemon, stuff like that. But in Magic games, the players are smart enough and to know that during Game 3, time's called, they're getting crushed. They usually scoop the game to the person who's going to win that game.
Okay.
It's common sense in the community. Where in here, they don't think of that at all. And it's because of the time limit too. So Magic also has 50 minutes, best 2 out of 3, but there's a lot less shuffling, a lot less searching.
Oh yeah, God yeah.
The games don't take that long.
Yeah.
But then there's some games where it's one game took the whole hour. There was a tournament recently where a mirror match of 2 decks played against each other, and they each ended the game with 400 life and no win in sight.
I have no idea what that means, but okay.
And it's a tie.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a tie.
Okay.
It's
like going up to 40 prizes each.
Yeah. No one was gonna win. So I think if we had more time, it might be able to change that.
Yeah.
or if there wasn't a bad stigma on giving someone the win if they're about to win. But that happened to me, and then happened to a bunch of other people multiple times. And I know, like, you just be like, oh, play faster, something like that, but sometimes it's the opponents, too. Like, there's plenty of times where my opponents will play slow, and I won't say anything just because I don't want to be that person. But I might have to be that person because it's leading to so many ties.
But in Magic, do you get points for tying like you do in Pokemon?
Yes.
Okay, so, but I mean, can you really blame people for like not wanting to give somebody the win, kind of thing?
Yeah, but I'm also like talking about there's a point where this also happens like later on in the tournament.
Okay, later on rounds. Okay.
You're sitting at. So I had a friend. He was sitting at 4-0-1, playing another 4-0-1. And he has game in 2 turns for regional or for states.
Yeah.
And he's playing Manectric Empoleon against Rizine Genesect.
Okay.
And time's called, and it was after the turn 3, and the guy has no cards in hand, no Genesect charged up, 1 energy on a Virizion against a Mega Manectric with 2 energy, Mega Manectric with 2 energy, and an Empoleon with an energy. And he just he allows the tie. So basically,
neither
in
one
that
can make it.
situation, 4-0-2 is almost the exact same thing as 4-1-1.
Yeah.
Okay. So my mindset is, why not make it so one of you will get in while the other one still has the same exact odds?
Yeah.
Speaking
With
of
a higher tiebreaker.
Speaking of like trying to manipulate time in order for ties or wins, how do you guys feel about this? Is bringing up some old news?
Okay.
But when Henry Pryor and what's his face?
I don't know.
From Utah were playing in top 8 of nationals.
Oh, Calvin Neuberg.
Oh, that's Calvin.
Calvin Norberg, yeah. Because they had the fucking clock. Can I cuss?
I can bleep it out. It's fine.
They had the clock. They had the clock going at nationals the whole event, and then of course Henry's playing a deck that like needs as much time as possible, and is very influenced by in between turns to get damage going.
Yeah.
And allegedly, and I could see it. I was watching the game. Like Calvin had turned and looked at the time, from what I've heard, right, and then kind of waited a bit. Allowed time to be called on his turn instead of Henry's, and it was that one less turn that Henry had in between turns that means he literally couldn't win, because he just needed to spread some more damage, but he didn't get that in between turns because he saw the time. And I guess that's just a lesson in don't show the clock.
Yeah,
kind of irrelevant what we're talking about, but
I guess either don't show the clock or make sure the judges notice if somebody looks at the clock and you can just see that they're stalling kind of thing. I don't know.
That's an extra step. Just don't show it. You know?
Yeah, basically.
All right. So, Chris, what are your thoughts on best 2 out of 3?
Best 2 out of 3. I like it. It's healthy. It really gives the deserving players a chance they need to do well at it. And IDs seem cool with me. The thing I don't like about it is how they roll out the tie, though. Say you have one player who has 2 prizes left and another player who has 6 prizes left. It's game 3. Time is called, and they have to end up in a tie because that player with 2 prizes just can't take the last 2.
Yeah.
I don't really think that's that's not supposed to be a tie. That should be a win on their part, and just make it top cut and make the one in the prize lead take the win. That's my opinion on it, and I mean. Yeah, it seems like the best way to go about it. And even if you even if the one dude that has 6 prizes left is dead drawing, that's Pokemon for you. You're playing this game. Come on.
Alright, Abe, did I already ask you that question?
Yes.
Okay. So next question is, how big of a role do you think luck plays in the format? We'll go with you, Chris, first.
Well, with Seismitoad being the big deck in the format, gotta be at its peak right now, I guess.
Yeah.
Because those flips,
Steve's conversation was squeaky.
Okay. What about you, Abe? What do you think? How big a role do you think luck plays in this format?
It's pretty funny that you asked me because okay, so I was playing a random match with Jason and LC the day after the States, and we were actually having the whole conversation about luck, and I was facing him, and he was playing with eggs again, and so I was pretty much basically playing against him. I mean, I figured I'd be in a good position because playing with what I usually play is with bats. I can pull it off easy with those kinds of wins.
Yeah.
But the fact is, there's a lot of situations where you get into a really crappy start hand, and you can't really do anything about it. And then all you have to do is pretty much just try to bide your time and hope to God that you get a really good card.
Yeah.
Or something that will put you off. And for the most part, sometimes you won't get it. Sometimes you will.
Yeah, sure.
And that's what I pretty much... there's a lot of luck that plays into it, but the thing is, when you get the card that you need, it's how you actually play it. Then you figure it out what to do. So, yeah, I mean, I think there is a pretty good amount of luck, but, I mean, depending on what you get, if it pretty much tells you what type of player you are, depending on what cards you... Once you get a card, you see what that person does with that card.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, to add on to that, I think Pokemon's really trying to get rid of the luck factor in like with the release like things like BS Seeker and I can't say that or else Dustin will just like scream at me, so I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, with the release of these new cards that like boost consistency a lot of decks, they're obviously making an effort to make it less luck based, but Pokemon's a luck based game, so
yeah. All right, what about you, Jeremy? What do you think? How big a role do you think luck plays in this format?
Just as much as any other format, I would think.
Yeah, sure.
Like, this game's always been like lucky.
Yeah.
Like you need to be lucky to be good, is my philosophy. Like, but I mean, it doesn't mean that there's no skill in all of these games, but
obviously,
like, it definitely lends to a bigger part. Like, you need to basically run perfect throughout the whole tournament to win it without luck.
Yeah.
And that's just almost impossible.
So what about you, Dustin?
Luck, again, like Jeremy said, plays a role in all formats, no matter what. I think the point of VS Seeker was pretty interesting and a good point. Like, that card's been made before, and now it's incredibly strong. And I'm really glad it's in the format. But, I mean, no matter what you do, especially when a card like Seismitoad is in the format that prevents use of cards, I mean, I watched Kevin Baxter, so, like, he destroys a Kyogre, or he destroys a Toad Jinx in top 8, and then he goes to play Curtis Lyon in top 4. In games 1 and 3, he just draws a handful of items and then literally can't draw out of it to save his life.
Yeah.
While Curtis just has a field day, and, like, that just happens no matter how good your deck is. I mean, the cards that were in his hand were excellent cards, but he just couldn't play them. So, I mean, luck's going to fluctuate. It will always play a part. I mean, I think now more so, as opposed to, like, inner game luck, it might be matchup luck more than ever, especially now that they're giving such emphasis on focusing on certain types, like ever since Flash Fire came out, so like Flash Fire, Furious Fist, Phantom Forces.
Yeah.
Like Fire, Fighting, Psychic, they're giving all of these individual types their own treatment. I mean, the next set, Roaring Skies, I guess I'll talk about it, like, seems to be giving an emphasis on colorless.
Oh my god.
Emphasis on colorless types. So what they're doing is they're just giving all of this support. They're giving so much support to a certain type that it's hard not to play one type when you play a deck. And for that reason, it becomes very rock, paper, scissors. It's like this beats this, but beats this, but beats this, but beats this, which is good. It's kind of a healthy format, but it makes matchup luck all the more an issue. And if you just get paired up against the wrong decks, like you were talking about, Jeremy, if you just get paired against the wrong decks too many times, you're not going to win the tournament.
Yeah, that's true.
No matter how good your deck is, you could be sitting there, missing cut and having, you'd be able to beat every deck in top 8, and you know it, but you didn't play them in Swiss, and it's just too bad.
Yeah,
Something like
true.
that.
Alright, so the next question is Primal Groudon or Primal Kyogre? And I'll go with you first, Dustin, since you played Primal Groudon already.
What are my thoughts on them?
No, which one would you rather pick, Primal Groudon or Primal Kyogre?
Oh god, it depends on when you asked me. When I played Groudon at Florida Regionals, I was convinced that Kyogre was garbage. I really liked Primal Groudon, and then I started to get really bored with it, and it started to be really slow. And even though it was like a big imposing threat, it was just so boring. And then I literally watched Kevin play Kyogre like once. I was like, oh, this is awesome. And now I'm really stoked on Kyogre. I think it's a really interesting deck with a lot of power. So like literally in this moment, I think Kyogre's better, but Groudon's still obviously great.
Okay, so what about you, Abe?
I, for the most part, actually had to show some interest in Primal Groudon, just because of the fact that there's so many situations where you have so much damage on a Groudon, and if you're against it and you're trying to knock that one Groudon out to get those prizes, you can't. Like if it's bench, especially if it's in the bench position, you can't touch it.
True. And
the only way you can touch it is if it's active and out there for you to actually do damage on. So there's a lot of situations where a lot of people have been where they've had that situation where, they have their Groudons out there, but you can't really touch them. You can't really do a lot of damage on them to knock them out. So Groudon's become very interesting card to play. And it's the one thing about it that kind of annoys me, like Dustin had mentioned. It's a slow thing to get powered up, but when it does, it does a lot of damage out there.
That's true. All right, Chris, what do you think? Which one's better?
I thought Groudon was better at the beginning of the season, like Dustin said, and I thought Kyogre was okay, whatever. But if you were to ask me if I were to go to a tournament tomorrow and I had to play Groudon or Kyogre, I would absolutely say Kyogre because it's fast, it's consistent, and you can really play around with it. Not in the sense that you can play around with it you can attach 2 energies, then Primal Evolve, and then attach your 2. It's a lot more lenient, so to say. Not so attach 4 energy, Gaia Volcano 4 times, that type of thing.
Yeah.
I definitely like Kyogre more right now.
All right, what about you, Jeremy?
Haven't played either, but Groudon was first seed at California, and it looked pretty good. And so I guess I have to say that.
Okay.
I
So
haven't really seen Kyogre play.
Yeah. Alright, so the next question is for Dustin, kinda. I don't know if you want to tell this or not. Somebody asked, can you tell the story of Andrew Newman?
Yeah, if you want.
It's up to you. I don't know what the heck it is.
Okay, we all know who Andrew Newman is, right?
The kid the Yuxi guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on.
That's funny how you know him as the Uxie guy, because that's the story I'm about to tell.
Okay.
So dumb. So we were at me and the Hovercats, TM, we're at a city championship in St. Louis in the 2010-2011 season before the rotation. So it was Gyarados and Luxtromp and the like. And Andrew Newman had made top 8, and then I could just tell, my friends, after they had played him in Swiss and in top 8, they're like, dude, he was cheating against me the whole time. I'm like, why don't you say anything to the fucking judge? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, that's bullshit. So I told the judge, I'm like, hey, can you please watch him? He's cheating. And he ends up making the finals against James Koss. And he's just doing stupid shit. So this dude just cheats, knows he cheats, knows everyone knows he's cheating, but he's still doing this theatrical bullshit. He'd play quick ball. He'd play quick ball instead of normal people do. They just flip over their cards pretty fast until they get one. He'd be like, come on, Ooks. Come on, Ooks. Flipping them over so slowly. Come on, Ooks. If you call it, it'll come. And he'd pick up his card, kiss it, flip it over. Come on, Ooks. Kiss it, flip it over, taking so much time. Oh my god.
That's a nice impression.
So ridiculous. And that's where Come on, Ooks comes from. Squeaky, have you seen that picture of like Andrew
Yes.
Newman with the Uxie?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
made that. I made that like 4 years ago.
I had no idea what it was. Like, me and my friends always say, "Come on, Yuxi." Like, we always say it, but we didn't know where it's from.
That was in the finals of a St. Louis City championship, and he was playing James fucking Cost. So, and James ended up winning. So that's good. So stupid. He was playing Oxydonk. So stupid. But yeah, that's where the Andrew Newman story comes from.
All right, that's a great
Come
story.
on, Oops.
All right. So
It's a nice impression, by the way.
The next question is,
Thanks.
what is the best partner with bats? Chris, you can go first.
Sabotage.
All right. Jeremy, what about you? Jeremy died.
Fuck, Jeremy.
I knew he would get in a car crash.
All right. No, he's already in the house. I already heard him like go in the house. All right, Abe, what do you think? Best partner with bats?
It's funny because I think I kind of agree with the whole Seismitoad because it's a pretty interesting combination, and because honestly Seismitoad doesn't do that much damage, but when you have it with bats and actually build up that damage, it could do pretty well because you still have that secondary effect of no items. So that's a pretty interesting combination. But I'm still liking the Landorus thing because the fact that you can actually spread the damage and do damage as well, it's pretty good combination. So either way.
True. All right,
Something good about Crobat decks in general is like, so I'm going to go ahead and say Seismitoad. I played Seismitoad Crobat in Michigan. But something else, so of course you can add damage to the active and like soften that up because you're only doing 30, 50, maybe laser damage. But providing that just a tad bit of like bench damage is really strong also. So if you like get a muscle band but miss a laser against a Hawlucha and you like just do 50 and they retreat, if you don't play bats, like it's either you Lysander it, which is a waste of a supporter, or you have to wait until it comes up again and like hits you. But with like Crobat, Golbat is really nice to just like sort of pick things off that you weren't able to finish.
Okay, that's a great point.
Yeah,
but that applies that applies to any Crobat deck.
Okay.
I kind of just said Seismitoad and nothing else, so I think I should give a little bit of explanation.
Okay.
So I think whenever you're playing like a Seismitoad deck, you got your bad matchups, like something like Evil Tall and definitely Primal Groudon. And Crobat just kind of like covers your bases on that. Like that Crobat, even though it's only like doing like 30 damage a turn to a Groudon, it's so deadly usually. And also when you're playing those super scoop ups with it, and you're playing the Jirachi, get your carry on, what it's all about.
Yeah.
It just gets really stupid for your opponent. And I mean, even though it's less consistent at things like Toad Jinx or Toad Slurpuff, it really doesn't have like any bad matchups, and that's always something that's just amazing.
True. Okay, so somebody asked, how do you feel bats has impacted the game? He's basically, because now everybody's playing like Toad Garb or Evil Tall Garb to kind of counter the bats. So how do you think, like overall, how do you think the bats have impacted the game?
I can go first.
Okay.
I love the bats.
Mhm.
I thought it was kind of a really stupid concept, like because it was just like, you know what, they don't even do that much. They little stupid, a couple damage counters here and there. Doesn't really build up damage compared to like stuff like Evital or like even Seismitoad because of the fact of the effects. But now after playing it, after actually being exposed to all that stuff, it's an awesome card. Golbat, even Golbat's like awesome. Yeah. Because I've been to a lot of situations where I've actually used them not just for the power, not just for the abilities, but to actually attack. And the fact that I could actually attack and knock things out with Crobat, it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, I've done that. I've actually done that with multiple prices on Sleep. So it's actually pretty fun. So I mean, I think that's those cards are pretty cool, and I've actually I've developed a really good appreciation for them.
Yeah, I didn't know how good bats were going to be either until I had to play against Kevin Baxter in the finals of his cities, and he.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I played the psychic one at Cities because of him.
Yeah. So.
All right. Yeah.
All right, so Dustin, what do you think? How do you think bats has impacted the format?
It's funny that everyone kind of had the same answer. Yeah, when I first saw the scans of Crobat, I'm like, I wish this could be good. And then it has so much untapped potential, and I'm glad we all realized it. And the genius behind it is, it's a stage 2, but the stage 1 is necessary, so it doesn't matter that you can't play Rare Candy. But yeah, I played Crobat, Mewtwo for regionals, Crobat, Seismitoad for the last states. So I'm obviously a big Crobat fan. It's just so diverse. I really love the thought process going behind like choosing where your damage goes. Makes me feel like a good player if I get it correct. So really exciting part of the format. I'm glad to see it stick around. Big shout out to Jacob Willinger, whose favorite Pokemon is Crobat.
All right, Chris, what do you think?
Same answer as everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this could be good, but I don't really see it going anywhere. But I did call Slurpuff out before anybody else. I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. And everybody's just like, nope, and then suddenly the Slurpuff comes out. But besides that, yeah, I have the exact same answer as everybody, and it's just it's clutch usually. Yeah. It's just a clutch card.
All right, Jeremy, are you here yet or no?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't notice I was gone.
Just go, just leave.
I mean, do you want to go? You can go test if you need to.
I played Mewtwo Crobat for all those cities and regionals, and it was really fun. And I like it. It's just I don't like it right now as much as I did before.
Mm-hmm. And why is that?
Just taking into account Kyogre and Groudon, they have so much HP that Crobats matter less and less.
Yeah, sure.
To get perfect numbers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the format keeps changing. So Seismitoad Crobat got second at Cali, and it was good, but I just didn't think it was the best version of Toad you can play.
Yeah. All right. So the next question is, wait, Abe, do you have headphones?
Yes.
Okay. You want to put those in real quick?
I have them on right now.
What the heck?
Can you not hear me?
Well, I can hear you, but I can hear myself through your headphones.
Hang on a second.
Okay. I think it's you. That's fine. We'll keep going. The next question is from Aaron, but it doesn't really matter. So, what do you think about Rayquaza? Obviously, it's good, Aaron. Would you rather have a format with a clear BDIF or with one with many top-tier decks? So, we'll go with Chris first.
Oh my gosh. I thought about this question a lot, and I think I kind of like the cold cut BDIF as long as you can counter it. If it has one bad matchup, I think a cold cut BDIF is definitely the way to go. Even though you have all these decks with a bad matchup,
mm-hmm.
I think a format where there's a clear cold cut BDIF. Mm-hmm. That's where the good players are really going to shine and really show they have creative skill in this game, and they know how to counter the BDIF really well, along with the other smaller things in the format.
Okay. What about you, Dustin? What do you think?
Definitely several decks that can do well. It's actually more frustrating for me that way. I always hate having to pick a deck. I would rather this is the best deck, and then sort of fine tune it in unique ways that I like. I'll put a fucking bubble coat in Gyarados, But it was good. But I overall I think it's healthier, and I think it's good for players to have an array of decks to choose from, and I think it makes for a more fun tournament. Back in 2008 when Glade Gardevoir was the only thing being played during states and regionals, it was a chore.
Yeah. All right, Jeremy, what about you?
I'm kind of in between. I love that there's a ton of different decks to play, and all of them are really good.
Mm-hmm.
But it also talks on to what Dustin said earlier, where a lot of the luck comes from your matchups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And having a bunch of decks means a bunch of random matchups that you can hit.
True.
So instead of actually building your deck to beat the best 3 decks or the best deck, you have to build it to cover a wide range of bases, and it makes it more inconsistent, or just try to make it so consistent, but you lose a lot of your matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
kind of
feel
in
the
between.
struggle. I feel the struggle.
All right, Abe. What about you?
Wait, what was the question again?
Would you rather want a format with one like main BDIF deck or one with multiple decks that are good?
I've been in the whole one concentrated deck thing. It was never that fun because there was this whole bunch of times where you were just spacing the same exact thing, like little differences here and there, but it just got so boring.
Okay.
And now that we've got something that's a little bit more diverse, it's interesting because it makes you think a lot.
Okay.
It makes you think like what do you need to do, do you need to get done, like what cards can help you out here and there. So yeah, right now it's a pretty better environment than it used to be, but I mean I still like the old days, but it's a lot more fun now because it's not playing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, true. All right, so the next question is what decks do you expect from the state's local players this weekend? I guess we'll go with Jeremy first since he's testing right now.
Well, no, I'm not testing. I'm on this Skype call with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
real funny.
there's going to be a lot of Toad. Like, Toad was basically like half of every top 8 of states last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And that won't change. Like, it'll be... Like, the reason it's doing well is because it's in such great numbers. I do believe people are going to try Virizion Genesect now that, like, Kyogre did well, Groudon did well, and Toad did well.
Mm-hmm.
There'll still be some Flareon. Yeah.
Okay.
I just like feeding all three of them with Evil and calling it.
Well, Chris, what do you think is going to be at your states, or your local state?
Oh, at my states,
Mhm.
everybody likes metal and fighting. It's a pretty weird meta.
Gross.
I'm not a huge fan of it, but hey, Evil beats both of them, so I don't care.
Okay. What about you, Abe?
Apparently he's playing in a format where there is a BDIF.
Yeah.
According to that one.
Oh, that's interesting.
All right.
I will be playing in Wisconsin this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
so I will be playing there. It's pretty much gonna. I'm assuming like most years. I think pretty much the concentration is gonna be the same. Depending on with Illinois and Wisconsin being so close.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, there's gonna be the same types of Toad variants. There's gonna be Groudon. There's gonna be a couple of Virizion Genesects. I'm assuming there'll be some eggs. I don't think it'll be as many, but yeah, I mean, it'll be diverse.
Okay. What about you, Dustin?
Well, it's kind of funny. It brings you to the point, like, yeah, Toad did well, Groudon did well, Kyogre did well. Oh man, obviously you got to play grass, right? You gotta pull a fast one on everyone. Play grass. Everyone's gonna be like, oh no, play the same deck, and then you're just gonna win, right? If you play grass. We'll see. But then if people sort of see that coming and then decide to play the Flareon Night March variants, then they'll just blow any sort of VG out of the water.
It's a weird circle.
So that's why you play Toad.
But then you lose to the grass.
But then you lose the grass.
I guess
again.
that's what we're in the full effect of the triangle right now. I guess.
Exactly. So it's just a matter of what interests me the most, and right now I'm between 3 decks. Obviously a Seismitoad variant. I might screw around with Kyogre.
And
I
a
might
Groudon
screw around with Groudon. Yep. So I'm gonna do a lot of testing with the
no
boys.
BG?
Maybe.
Oh.
It depends on
Hey.
testing. See, I have no idea. I want to be one of
What time is
those.
this going up?
What time is this going up? Tomorrow sometime?
Yeah. Okay, I just don't want to spoil my spooky tech for Kyogre yet.
Well, don't spoil anything then.
Yes. Certainly
I already
tell us.
I already sent it to you, Squeaky. You know what it is.
Alright,
Okay.
Squeaky, just send it over to me, man.
All right, man. Sounds
Same.
good.
Alright,
it's Tropius, isn't it?
It's so basic. You're just gonna be like, oh my gosh.
Is it an energy?
No.
Alright.
Basic.
Alright. Anyway, the question is metal worth considering for states? We'll go to you, Dustin, first.
Probably not. I guess it depends on how you build it.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. I'm not going to say, like, if I see a medal that made top 8, top 4 finals, I'll be like, oh, cool. I'm not going to be like, what? A medal? And, like, or not going to, like, make fun of my friends for turning in a medal deck list the morning of. It's just not really on my radar. That being said, I've never really played with it that much, nor against it that much. So people who are liking metal may know something I don't.
Mhm.
But between me and the discussions with my friends, metal's not something that really came up a lot.
Okay.
It's been brought up just so we need to remember it exists, but kind of low radar for me.
Okay. What about you, Jeremy?
I've only seen one good medalist in the past, and that was during the Texas Marathon with Brandon Cantu.
Mhm.
His list was actually pretty good, but right now I would be the opposite of Dustin. I would laugh at my friends if they turned in a medal deck list.
Guess I'm just nice.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Abe?
Metal, I'm not really a big fan. I mean, it's an interesting concept, but I mean, I never thought it was something that was going to be like, oh man, it's like the best thing out there right now. I think there's a lot of other different decks that are way better than that, but I wouldn't be surprised, or I wouldn't be very shocked at, like Dustin said, if it's something that made top cut. It's still good. It's just not as good as you would think.
Yeah. All right, Chris. What about you?
What was the question again?
Is metal worth considering for states?
Oh,
And the answer is no.
Yeah, the answer is
just giving you-
for my baby girls at Utah, whatever, play metal, but I don't like it.
Okay. So, let's see. Do you want to do this one? Well, let's skip that one. So, what are good counters to Toad? Chris, we'll go to you first.
Counters to Toad, PCL, get out of here.
All right, Jeremy, good counter to Toad.
What's PCL?
Pokemon Center Lady.
Pokemon
Pokemon
Center
Lady.
Oh. Can't just say the name. Alright,
There's too many syllables.
You said Rough Seas?
Yeah.
All right. Abe, what about
Toad
you?
can use Rough Seas itself.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
I would have to say the same thing with PCL.
Okay. Dustin, what about you?
Just any supporter, like Pokemon Center Lady,
Any
Flareon,
supporter.
Zerosic, Lysander.
Yeah, anything that could
No,
be like
any sort of the spooky supporters. If you can play them at the right time and just make them miss a turn of a Quaking Punch, that's good enough. A lot
Cedric
of the time.
Juniper.
Edringer's not bad either.
Cedric Jr.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and then Genesect EX.
Leafeon. Okay. Anyways, so I want to reword this question: is when did Dustin pour hot sauce all over himself?
Let it all drip, baby. Let it all drip.
Did you hear me, Dustin?
When did I do it?
Yeah. Because he has. Will you pour hot sauce all over yourself
like
again? Really?
It was like 2 years ago.
I missed that.
No, it wasn't 2 years ago.
It
Really?
was. I remember it was my junior year of college, or right after it.
Desperate
And
for money.
I'm a year out of college now.
Desperate for money.
Okay.
Was this off of a bet?
Prostitute yourself for money. That's what I always say.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I have a job now or whatever, and I was talking with my friends. I was talking
Or
with my
whatever.
friends last weekend, and we were talking about the hot sauce thing, and they're like, "Yeah, well, you did it because..." I'm like, "Yeah, I made so much money. I don't know. I don't see why I wouldn't do it." And they're like, "Yeah, well, good thing you don't have to do it now because you have a job." I'm like, "I'd do it again. It was free money." I bought a $1 bottle of hot sauce and did a dance for 4 minutes, and I made so much money. So stupid. You guys are idiots. I'll do it again.
Okay. Well, I don't have any money today, so I can't do that.
I don't have any hot sauce.
Should have a poll up in Burbank.
Just ask Ty.
Ask for
Yeah.
donations.
Yeah, let's bring in the bucks.
Okay. So, this question is, with the format being so Toad heavy, is it worth considering dropping VS Seekers from decks in favor of more supporters? What do you think, Jeremy?
Oh,
No.
Alright, Chris?
you already heard my answer.
Alright,
No.
Abe?
No, not really.
Dustin?
No, probably not.
Alright.
No.
Alright.
You might maybe I'll go from 4 to 3 and play a Pokemon
Yeah,
Center.
Play
that's,
four
that's,
Shauna.
that's at most. Oh. You might as well just play 4 birds at that point.
Alright, so the question is, why is Kevin Murphy so bad at this game? Dustin, you can go.
Man, I don't know him that well. Come on. Kevin Murphy.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Oh,
him.
yeah, I know Kevin. For some reason, without the cranberry there in the middle, I don't know who
yeah.
you're talking about. because you played Raticate for 2 years.
Alright, Jeremy, what do you think?
That probably is because he played Raticate for 2 years,
Alright.
and then he played Gourgeist for regionals, and then he played Raticate again, and then yeah, it was.
Chris or Abe, do y'all know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't. But I heard.
Go
ahead.
I've heard about the Eradicate thing, but I haven't heard of him, so it's probably not good.
Okay. What about you, Abe? You never heard of him?
No, I have not. But the Eradicate thing, now I have a. I guess I base my opinion off. Now I'll base up my opinion off that. And I say no.
Alright. Kevin's gonna be at States this weekend. How do you think he'll do, Dustin?
Which one? How many rounds of Swiss we got?
In Arkansas, like 6 or 7 probably.
6 or 7.
Dude,
You're generous. It's gonna be 5.
Kevin Murphy's getting 10th place.
Okay, Jeremy.
I think he can top 8 with a real deck. So if I give him a deck, he'll top 8.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Alright.
Didn't know he was playing a real deck.
He probably won't. I don't know. We'll see.
Metric and Polion.
He posted on Arkansas today, asked him for some cards. I can't remember what it was. Alright.
Eradicates.
No, it's not Eradicate. Here, I can look it up real quick.
Doublade.
Oh, let me find it.
Doublade.
Now, I ran out of questions. Do y'all have any more insight you want to talk about this weekend or anything?
how do you guys think Toad's gonna be this weekend? No or yay and nay? Like, I mean,
How do I think it's gonna be?
Do you think people are gonna go to the extent oh, we're gonna counter Toad because it's so popular, or do you just stick with it? Cause
People are still gonna play Toad. Probably the same amount of people, because the same number of people that will back out because they're expecting a retaliation are the same amount of people that will start playing it because it did well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna change that much.
Yeah. Best deck that would do good this weekend. I don't know.
So vague.
No. If you had to pick one deck, if you had to put your money on one deck that would do good this weekend, what do you think it would be? Chris?
Kyogre.
Kyogre? Alright, Abe, what do you think?
I would think something with bats.
Okay, Dustin?
Yeah, well, I want to say Seismitoad, but Seismitoad what? I mean, it's not really fair if I'm betting on Toad to win. There's so many different ways to play it.
But no, there's a bet and you had to put money on something. What is it?
Seismitoad, let's do Seismitoad Crobat. Yeah, there we go.
Crobat. What about you, Jeremy?
Oh, jeez. So best overall, right?
No, yeah. What would you put your money on if you had to pick a deck to win this weekend?
I would go with Seismitoad Slurpuff.
Seismitoad Slurpuff.
Slurpuff.
Oh man.
Come on.
What is that? Cities?
Yeah.
But okay? Is it with or without Swampert?
Oh.
With.
With Swampert. Ooh, very nice. Alright, guys.
Swampert.
Well, yeah, I don't have any more questions. Do y'all have anything y'all want to add in or anything? No?
No.
I don't know. How's Evil Talk gonna do?
How's Evil Talk going to do? Good like always.
Oh. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Of course it'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think it would be too... I mean, not as strongly as it was before, but it'll still be good.
Yeah.
My prediction is it will not win a single states this weekend.
Whoa!
Oh!
Fire.
You're gonna ride on that, Jeremy? You're gonna ride on that?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, Chris, prove me wrong.
Oh, wait. Alright, I will. But the other thing is, in top 8, in top 8 at Idaho, I saw, the weirdest deck. It was Hippowdon Fighting. It was so weird. So do you guys know what a Hippowdon does from Primal Clash at all?
Nope.
It loses.
That too, but it was so it has this sand resistance thing, and for a fighting and a double colorless, it does 60. This is a fighting Pokemon, of course, so strong and all that, gets the support. So it does 60, and it can't be affected by EXs, anything.
Like Sizor?
Yeah, it's pretty much Scizor, but
with some damage output.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I think it sucks, but what do you guys think about it?
I don't know. I'm not.
Lysander exists. I don't
Yeah,
know,
I don't know.
bad.
It seems.
Yeah.
But then you
Isn't
still
it
have
weak to
your
water?
all the energy on it. Or...
No, it's weak to grass.
Ah,
Ooh, another reason to play Versus Genesect, boys.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, sand resistance does shut off. I don't know. We could G-boost it still.
Alright, so here's a question for Jeremy. So, Mark posted a picture of you. Were you actually sleeping or were you awake when that happened?
I was 100% asleep.
Okay, alright. Good.
That thing's so stupid.
Okay, so here's a question. I'll just have fun now. Why did Emily ruin the show?
Because she always does.
Oh, by asking this question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she didn't ask this question. Weball asked this question.
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
I don't either. I just read the comments. And Jeremy posted a picture of some monster girl. I don't even know that girl's name.
Monster Girl?
I don't know.
Like Monster Energy drinks, or like
No,
like a spooky monster?
Like this thing.
Boo from Monster
Oh,
Inc.
oh,
Yeah.
Boo.
Oh.
Boo.
Yeah. I don't know.
How do you not know Boo?
Cause
How do you
I
not know Boo, dude?
I haven't
Do you
seen
not have a childhood?
How you ain't gonna know Boo?
I'm sorry. Alright, trying to
Boo
make
is
sure.
bad.
Yeah, trying to make sure. Alright, well, Jake, I think Dustin can only really answer this question. Will Jacob be wearing his Pikachu suit for the rest of the season?
I don't really know him that well.
I mean, you're closest one
He's
to
in
him.
my area.
Yeah.
Probably. He'll probably wear it every time I see him. He's wearing it.
Will he wash it?
Yeah, will we watch it? That's probably a good question to ask.
There you go.
Alright, so here's a question. When is the last time Jeremy didn't suck at Pokemon?
That,
I don't know. He
Utah
whooped my
Region
butt at
2014.
he whooped my butt at AZ, so I don't know.
you get top 8 at Worlds? Or is it top 16?
2011. I've been on a slow
Oh.
decline ever since.
Jeremy, you remember when I got 6 heads on the nuzzle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing Evil Raichu, and he's playing Tremigore, and I just nuzzle his Trevenant like 6 times.
Until you could finally do what?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
You just missed the 7 and then
Oh
lost.
yeah, exactly. No, I got all 6, and then I just keep whipping energy. I'm just like, no.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Raul said, "Who's the cutest brown kid you know?"
Oh gosh.
Okay.
I'm not
think
saying
that's a
his name, that's for sure.
Oh,
It's a no-brainer.
what is it, Abe?
He wants me to
Me.
say him.
Abe, we don't even
Yeah,
know if you're
exactly.
brown. We don't even know if you're brown, Abe. Your picture's just.
What do you mean I'm brown?
No, your picture is just a blue guy with.
Oh, well,
Blue
I'm sorry.
background
I
and
don't even have my. I don't even know. I've never used Skype before, so I don't even know how to turn on my camera.
Well, welcome to the 21st century.
It's
All right,
I just want to know who Titmouse is.
a bird. My nickname.
Okay.
Titmouse
little
is
bird.
a bird. Is a bird.
Don't
Little
Look it
birdie.
up.
All right, guys.
Did you,
What were you gonna say, Jeremy?
did you make it when you were like 12?
No, I got it as from my friends nicknamed me that. No, it's not too long ago.
I have no
Did
idea.
he know it was a bird?
No, I did not.
No.
No, I did not. I looked it up.
So
Can you eat the cat food again?
what? All right. I have no idea what's going on. All right. So last question: is Mew a good counter to Suicune?
Mew?
Yeah.
To what?
Is
What?
Mew a good counter to Suicune?
How does that make? I don't get it.
Whoa.
Hey, okay.
Hold on. What are we talking about here?
All right. It's is Mew EX a good counter to Suicune?
Well, it's an EX, so I
This is a
don't-
trick question. I don't.
Yeah.
Alright, so if you have Silent Lab in play, then you replace.
I don't know the joke. It was for Kevin. It was for it was for Kevin Murphy.
God damn it!
So I guess Kevin Murphy must have attacked a Suicune with Mew.
I bet.
There you go, boys. That's how you play Eradicate, I guess. Alright.
Right.
Alright. Well, I think we're pretty much done here. Anybody else want to say anything?
Looks like I'm
No?
good to go. I'm gravy.
Yeah.
Some gravy over here.
Alrighty, sweet. Well, good luck to all y'all this weekend. Thank y'all for doing this.
Not a problem.
Yep.
Take it easy, man.
Alrighty, bye bye.
Later.
So-
Bye.